A really, really great workout tonight. We'll speak about the value in terms of respecting Ross Matthews, but in the footballing sense, what did you and your squad get out of this?
Oh, lots. I think that was the message yesterday, was we want to get something out of this game. I'm sure individually the players wanted to get something out of it. We certainly did collectively. I did. And the message beforehand was that Ross Matthews, what has he brought to this club? 100% every time he's wore the jersey, gives his all in training, gives his all in games. This is like, so we shouldn't do anything less tonight. I wouldn't expect that, but you know, sometimes testimonial, boys have got a few days off to coming up, but they were brilliant. Anyone that was here tonight could see that. The attitude was fantastic, but equally the performance was great, and it's fitting that, you know, Ross has had a brilliant night, and I'm sure one that he'll always have fond memories about, but the fact that he played so well and the team played so well, I think just puts the icing on the cake.
A team selection that seemed to be born out of opportunity. You seem to be giving lads the chance to go and shine.
Yep.
Who caught the eye?
Oh well, there was a lot. It was certainly that. I think there was, again, we kind of forget that Scott Brown's just back. He's not started the game yet, so huge to have him back. You can see the influence he's got in the team, and he's only going to get better. Callum Fordyce, I thought, was excellent coming back in. He's been out. You know, these are key players. You could go through the whole team. There's Jameson, Callum Smith. You know, listen, everyone there tonight was eager to impress, but also we were eager for them to get minutes. Fincati Dabo, you know, again, he's not had the opportunity to start because he's had a bit of a delayed pre-season, but you can see what he's going to bring. So opportunity is a good word. I think that's what it was tonight. And what they've got to realise is that someone like Kai, who is a young player, that's how you go and impress. You come on and play like that, and he was superb. And I've only been here a month. We've had a short amount of games. There's lads tonight that certainly move forward in respect to, I get to see what they can do, you know, under the lights. Training's one thing, but really good.
Far more useful tonight than any kind of bounce game behind closed doors. Is that something that you'll take in maybe over the next week or so, or is it about rest and recuperation now?
No, I think it's both. I think, like, I've said this and I stick by this, we'd like to have a couple of more results, but outside of that, the players, the way they've trained, the attitude, we've pushed them hard. I think it's going to pay off. I think you could see again tonight the intensity levels were good. A lot of those players haven't played loads, but you wouldn't really have said that from watching them. Now is important. They have a wee bit of time with their families. We take advantage of the break, but then it's with a real keen eye on coming back, ready to go and start putting more of those performances together for longer.
I'd like to ask you a wee bit about some of the younger players, because across the competitive season we'll focus in on some of the more established professionals. Callum Hannah comes back, Lewis Jameson you mentioned, lovely finish for the goal. Kai comes on and really imposed himself in long parts of the game. Andy McNeill in goals, and a bit of time for young Jake as well. Tell us about these lads and how are they to work with?
Brilliant. Again, like, superb. I mean, Andy McNeill, he was excellent again tonight. Not easy coming in, goalkeeper, but he's been superb in training, so that was good. He's ready to go. You can see that if he's needed. But Kai, Jake, Callum, you know, these are young lads that are just starting out their journeys, so they've got certain added responsibilities around the place. They're a huge help to me and the staff in respect to getting things set up, just going that extra hard. But you know, the hard work they've been doing individually, extras, you can see that tonight. You know, I thought, as I said, I've mentioned Kai, but superb performance from him. Callum, who's on loan at Montrose, showed some real, you know, glimpses, and he learned a lot tonight. He's playing against some really good players, some Premier League level players, and he held his own.
What about in terms of yourself, looking across your team's victory tonight? The games came thick and fast, and it's a bit like a kind of juggernaut running at you. You're trying to put your identity, you're trying to put in place new structures and formations and such. Do you feel that you're making progress towards this being properly your team?
I think it's still really, really early. I think part of my job is to implement certain things, but equally understand, like, what have we got, you know, what was the best way to win games. As a balance, I think we've seen right from the first minute against Ayr that the boys implement some things, and there's been parts of games where it's not looked like what we'd like it to look like, but that's, even once you've been in a job for 18 months, 2 years, you still have moments like that. I think what I expect to see is more and more of it, and then hopefully then that it'll result in more points, and then we'll start seeing it for longer periods in games and for stretches of games. So we'll definitely see that, but I still think, again, Fincati Dabo's not started the game. He's going to be an important piece. Callum Fordyce is going to come back and give us competition there. Brownie's going to come. Jack Hamilton's played the last 3 games, but he's only going to get better the more games he plays. Lewis Vaughan, he's been top striker. He scored a lot of goals. It's unfortunate to lose him, but again, you see tonight we've got Lewis Jamieson to come in. So over time, I only think it'll get better. That's not to say that we won't have the odd backward step, but I really feel so positive about what I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis, and some of the stuff I'm seeing in the games. I'm sure that if we keep doing it, we'll start, earning the rewards of it.
I know you're going to get away because you've got to get down the road to see your family, but we must speak about Ross Matthews. And I want to start by maybe a wee bit of disclosure in terms of discussion that we've done a long piece with Ross, and it's this lovely kind of circular part about the beginning of his career. You were here with Sheffield United. As we were setting up for the long interview we've done here, we're chatting about yourself.
Right.
And one of the things he said is, hold your breath, is he said, I'm really enjoying everything about the training, the tempo, the ideas. And a great line he said was, I think that Neill's way of working will make me a better player.
Right. Well, I think that's a big part of my job. I think with players, I never guarantee them anything other than that I'll try and make them better. Because I think you can never guarantee playing time because you've got a lot of guys. But I'd like to think that individually we'll make them better. Collectively, and to be fair, again, it's one of Ross's biggest strengths is that he's had a testimonial tonight. But he doesn't think that he knows it all. He's not. He's in there as eager as anyone to listen, learn, be coachable. And I think we've got a lot of players like that. But again, it's so good for me to have an example like him, an example like Paul, Lewis Stevenson. That's great. And I actually think again tonight, like Ross Matthews, you could see him. He was outstanding right from the first minute. And I think that's part of the work that we're doing and the way he's trying to implement it. So I really hope I do. I hope I live up to that.
Great. Neill, thanks for your time.
Cheers.
We'll see you down the road when football brings us back together.
Look forward to it. Cheers, David.